action is drama without words. A moment that perfectly encapsulates this is the moment when the tanker loses a tire and has to drift to the edge of this cliff. Bond, vulnerable to gunfire, is saved by Pam, who unleashes maximum dust on the bad guys to slow them down. I love this moment when the two wave at each other as comrades on the battlefield. She really is one of the great Bond girls. For this moment, the stunt team had a remote release and also made a trail on the dirt where the tanker goes down, so the path doesn't diverge too much. It took an extreme amount of timing and skill to link up when the tanker up the hill would hit the other tanker that was coming towards it. It's fantastic, of course, and the explosion is an epic appetizer for one's own thirst for destruction, setting off a chain reaction to all sorts of awesome explosions like this one and this one. We're also really awestruck by what Remy Julien was able to pull off here, and the amount of punishment a vehicle of this size can withstand. Major kudos to those engineers who put these units together. Badass. Let's also give it up for the stunt team as well as Timothy Dalton, giving us everything they've got during this routine I'd like to refer to as the human hook, performed at a frightening breakneck speed. Luckily, the aim for these bad guys is only slightly above that of a stormtrooper. Special effects designer John Richardson mentioned that for logistical reasons, the flaming Jeep shot wasn't shot in La Rumorosa. They had to find a cliff face that was a similar match to the scene, had a pilot remotely fly a miniature plane at 60 miles per hour, and time it with a 6 to 8 scale blazing Jeep that had to be set on fire at the right time so that the prop didn't get completely destroyed when it reached the plane. Timing was tricky, and timing is everything. We end up with this magical moment filled with comedy, wonder, and chaos. Closing in on the tanker that Sanchez is in with a beautiful sense of clarity and geography with 007 and Pam present during this buttock-clenching moment. Oh no, what's this? Another missile launcher? Pam is down, but she'll return. The moment finally arrives when Bond, tired and severely weakened after the truck they were fighting on rolled down a hill, is faced with the man who gave him the reason to go on this whole journey of revenge. Before the machete inflicts the killing blow, Chekhov's lighter seals Sanchez's fate. Multiple 50-gallon drums with dynamite angled along with 15 to 20 other charges were wired up to what the special effects team calls a nail board. A detonation expert dropped the hurt and lit things up like a DJ dropping the bass and lighting up the dance floor. This whole chase is highlighted by poetic combustion. This one's for Felix. Now, let's check in with Timothy Dalton. Watch how his face tells us all we need to know. The sense that it's all over. His life continuing after this moment, the uncertain future ahead of him, and him finally having the time to process his grief, not knowing whether Pam has survived or not, but of course she does, and the world is a bit less cruel now. It's very rare to come across someone who would put License to Kill as their favorite Bond film. But one thing is for certain, the stunt team held nothing back and were able to push the envelope for its awesome display of vehicular mayhem and poetic catharsis. Because of License to Kill and the work of Kenworth, Larry Orr, Mo Buringrud, Detroit Diesel, Truckweld, Remy Julien, the stunt drivers, and 2nd Unit Special Effects Supervisor Chris Corbould, designer John Richardson, and the rest of the special effects team, it opened the door of possibilities to just what trucks are capable of when they're pushed to the limit. From the paranormal occurrences to cutting-edge engineering and movie magic, they were able to put together a monumentally epic action scene, and that's why it's such a blast to watch, and the story behind it is so worth sharing. What's your favorite Bond action scene? What movie truck scene do you want us to examine next? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching. Until next time.